Hi folks, Aaron here. Welcome back to our anime review. Today we're looking at Death March Episode 6. Now, this week's episode felt very interesting. It felt like one part those house hunting shows you watch on TV, where they like try to find houses and comparing the different types of houses. When Satoo was looking for like a permanent residency for everyone that he has in his group, he's like, he felt bad that they're all sleeping in the barn and stuff like that, and he feels like that's not a good way for them to be, which I agree with that. That's, but the houses that this realtor took him to, one was apparently like a gang hideout. Another one was adjacent to a hostel, actually a hostess club, not club. Well, more so like anything else. I want to say, basically prostitutes. It's probably the better way of putting it. But I was like, well, geez, I'm like, that's what type of who brings people to houses like that? I get that he said a low number, but at the same time, he didn't really make it a super low number. At least in comparison with how money works in this world. He said either 1 gold piece or 2 silver, so it's like, realistically, I'm pretty sure that he could have got a better place. Like, the realtor bringing him to nice houses, not the weirdest places she could bring him to. But it was interesting when they went to like I want to say almost like a play, and it was almost a take on Romeo and Juliet, then added a zombie factor and a whole revenge story, which was very strange to me. I felt like that was almost kind of unnecessary. And I'm not sure if I'm like alone with that, but if you guys feel like that too, feel free to let me know in the comments below, because I felt like that was the worst part of this whole episode, is to have that even in there. I get there was probably a reason for it, but just the moment, it's like, it didn't feel like it was necessary. But then the later half of the episode really kind of ramps things up when the city goes under attack by these weird flying insects. Satoo, has everyone again challenge themselves by killing all these little beasts that foam around, and he even saves the realtor, and saves her from, I want to say, potential harm, because she really wasn't in harm when she had an elf manager who was basically there to protect her if he really had to. And also, by the way, she clearly likes the dude. For the fact that like later in the episode she's like, "Oh, are you gonna join me in bed?" And he's like, "No, I'm not joining you in bed." But I'm like, "Alright, so you like the dude? Okay, that's funny." But I want to say my favorite part of this whole week's episode was when Satoo ran into people that were from the labyrinth that he saved. And they said, "Oh, let's go to the bar. We'll have some drinks." And then bringing them to one of those prostitution places. And you see on the corner left, I put on Twitter in case you guys didn't see it yet, but I put on the top left, or they put on the top left, the things that he got, the titles. And he had like sexual techniques, pillow talk, and I'm like, oh my god, Satoo got laid. I think that's what they're trying to allude at, or at least got very close to being laid. That was interesting though. I thought that was kind of a very weird take on throwing that into an isekai show, which I don't think too many shows have done that before, which is kind of interesting. Other than that, though, we have a little bit of extra plot near the end where the Satoo runs into this weird shadow creatures and stuff, and saves this weird little rat person. And meanwhile, also he's protecting a princess, which apparently the elf manager knows as Mia. So that's gonna be interesting. I feel like that's gonna be a whole different story in itself, but. What do you guys think about this week's episode? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. I liked it. I really am. I'm telling you guys, I keep saying it, but if you haven't watched Death Parade, I'd say check it out. It's not the best isekai work around, but it does a lot. It does more things right. I couldn't get those words out of my mouth for a second, so I apologize. It does more right than wrong. And I think that's really rare for isekai works, because usually they're always the same type of thing, like, oh, guy transports him to the world, fights baddies, becomes overpowered, etc. But, even though Satoo is overpowered in many ways, some of the elements they throw in here are kind of interesting, and stuff that we haven't really seen. If you love video games, it plays off of those concepts, like Skyrim, for example, where, your character gets levels up, well, more say, your character levels up certain skills by progressing with dialogue options and, doing certain busy work, etc. And I don't think I've seen too many shows that do that before, which is kind of interesting. But, I still don't think it's the best show around, obviously, for the winter 2018 season, but it's definitely a good one. I enjoy it. Hopefully you guys do too. Let me know in the comments below. I will talk to you guys later. I think Love is Like After the Rain will release sometime later today. I'll have it out probably tonight, because I'm going to just take a break from anime for now and just relax my own. So I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great, blessed day, everyone. God bless you all. Bye-bye.